Kwani delay time leo imekuwa mrefu aje? Delay time imekuwa mrefu aje? Good evening and welcome. We are starting any time from now. Welcome. Those who are already in can confirm to me if my audio is functioning very well. Also, how is my clarity? Anyone who is in, just confirm to me. How is it? Can you hear me? I'm waiting for a good number to join. PMK is saying that the sound is clear. Shifting Grades Online is following. Thank you so much. Thank you. You can invite others. We will not stay here for long. We will take the shortest time possible. So in front of you, or in front of you, of course, your phone or your camera is in front of you, is Ambassador, who is here talking to you about something in education. So now, let's just take some few minutes before we start. Just a few minutes. Then we will proceed. Yes. Sally Aluochi is saying, I can hear you. Thank you so much. You can hear me. Sawa. So we are starting anytime in the next 1 minute. You can help me invite others or join our discussion for today. Where are you watching me from? Today we are not discussing with students, but we are discussing with parents. Thank you. Now we are starting, and I want to confirm from the technician that my sound is well. Can you hear me well? Yeah, so the sound is very well. Now we can proceed. You can take your time. You can invite others. This is Ambassador, the academic coach. I'm the one who ensures that you do well in your academics. Anything that concerns academics, that is my field and that is my place. I always talk to students. I always teach students direct in class. By God's grace, I'm a teacher, and but I always deal with anything that concerns education. We have so many stakeholders of education, and you know them. We have the parents, we have the students, we have the government, then we have the teachers. Now, for me, I move in all of them. I refuse to be limited only in class. Ile ya kuambiwa now I should be in class, I should be teaching in class alone. No, I'm beyond that. Above that, I go to places, I go to schools, I go to everywhere. My issue is coaching in education and studies. We can handle all issues together with my team. I have a team. One day, I will display them here, and we will see what we will be discussing. I'm glad this evening that I told my students that this evening I'm going to talk to the parents, guardians. I know, in fact, I know right now they are in trying wakijiuliza kwani ni nini teacher anataka kuongea na parents. No, one of the key factors to success is discipline. Putting all the other factors constant, if discipline is not kept in place, then there will be a problem in the results. It will affect the results, either positively if you have good discipline, or negatively if you don't have good discipline. Now, my issue is this. Now, today I want to talk about a gadget. This gadget, it's called a phone. Yeah, it's called a phone. I had asked a question in my YouTube channel. Kuna mahali nilikuwa in YouTube, there's somewhere I can ask a questions, people respond. I always ask one question per day. So if you have never been to my YouTube, just go there and see very many things that I'm doing there. I'm asking questions, I'm giving out a poll, we are voting, we see who is who. Now, my question this day, in fact, I asked in the morning, and I said, should there be a specific age where children should be given phones? Can we say the same way alcohol is only sold to people who are 18 years and above? Can we also give an age limit for a phone? Can we agree that mtoto akiwa na 18 years and above apewe simu? There are some advantages and disadvantages of a child having a phone. And in this case, if we have to define a child, is anyone who is less than 18 years. But of course, I always tell parents again, don't follow up mtoto akishafika 18 years unaachana naye. You follow up even up to the age of 30 years, 35 years. Just, how are you doing these things? There are many incidences that has happened even yesterday or a day before yesterday. People are misusing phones. Okay, in my channel, we don't talk politics. But I'm talking about a young man who misused his phone and posted a certain photo which was not so coming well with the society. Now, that young man misused that phone. And because he misused the phone, can we say he was not taught well how to work with the phone? Now, I have some questions to ask. And as parents, feel free to answer me or to answer yourself. Now, that phone that you have given to your child, do you know how many people he or she has talked with today? Watu wangapi ameongea na wao leo? Na wameongea nini? That's the first question. Akona simu, yes. Na kwako kuna wifi, kama kwangu, pale kuna a wifi. In fact, unlimited. Do you know kenye huyo mtoto amewatch leo kwa simu? Do you follow up? Hata kama ni 15 years ama 20 ama whatever the case, do you know what that young man, young woman or young girl has watched in the phone? Do you know how many reels he or she has watched in the TikTok? That's why I ask a question. Who talks to your child more than... Here we have two things. We have you as the parent, then we have the phone. The phone also communicates to the parent, to the student. You as the parent, you also communicate to the student. But I'm asking a question. Who is communicating more to your child? Is it you or the phone? The answer is you are the one who knows it. A student of mine asked me, she called me yesterday. Akaniambia, teacher, when you will be having an online lesson, because I always have online lessons, please let my mom know the timetable, because that is the only time she will give me the phone. We always use these phones in a good way with the students. I'm a laptop. They use the laptop to join my lessons or another teacher's lessons. That's very okay. But now, after the lesson, you as a guardian who has been entrusted with that child by God. I remember it is God who is giving us children to take care of them. How do you let her or him operate with this phone? So that child or that girl told me, please let my mom have the timetable, because in that timetable is when she will be giving me that phone. So for me, I used to have online lessons here in my YouTube channel, chemistry and physics. So I had to tell the mom that we will be having our chemistry lessons from 3 to 5. That is the time when the mom now will switch on the Wi-Fi and give her the phone to join the lesson. And I realized that parent was so wise. Now, we have the other category whereby the parents don't know 100% what that young man is doing with the phone. You don't know what he or she is watching. And whatever he's watching is getting into his brain, is getting into him or her. At some point, they will try to practice what they're watching. They would be seeing some young men like them drinking. And they will be like, if these young men are drinking, we can also drink. Social media has been used in doing very many evils. Things that even for themselves they don't know, they will see it in the social media. Now, seeing alone is not enough. They would want to practice whatever they are seeing in the social media. And who has given them the phones? We are the parents whom we have given them these phones. We have allowed them. Mpaka tumesubscribe unlimited Wi-Fi to make sure they Google whatever they want. Umewahi jiuliza siku moja, there is what we call history ya Google. I hope one day we take that phone na uangalie, but our kids are somehow intelligent. After ameangalia Kenya alikuwa anaangalia, ana delete history because anajua that may come and check the history of whatever I've been Googling here, whatever I've been watching. But we are supposed to be 100% concerned of the same. My question was one. Can we have a specific age that now wewe umetoshea kuachiwa simu? A parent told me that nyumbani lazima nikuwe na simu such that nikiwa kwa job, in case I want to inquire on something, I can just make a call. Nikamwambia, there is a phone which you can use it for that. I will show you. Let my brother come from the other side. I will show you. There's a phone I always have here. That phone, naitanga hapa iko na line. If I'm somewhere and I'm feeling like I need to communicate back, I just call it. It is a button phone. Kwanza iko mzito. My students knows them. I always use it as a torch nikiwa duty, nikimulika, nasemanga mulika mwisi. In fact, that is its name. Mulika mwisi. But now, umeacha simu kama hii. Do you know such a phone can access any kind of information? Some of them, that information is not good enough for students or for children less than 18 years. But for them, they have it. You're not there to tell them. And because you're not even there, you're very busy to talk to them. You've allowed them to watch, do whatever they want. In fact, nowadays a 6-year-old, 5-year-old, 4-year-old, they know how to phone very well with full internet. I was listening to one of the persons I always follow. I always listening or I listen to him. He's called Robert Burale. Most of us, we know him. And he said that he was trying to compare between those times and our times and other times. During our times, we know very well, the punishment was unachapwa kiboko. The punishment was not something soft. Daniel Gipto, one of my uncles, is here and is following me from Githurai, Kimbo, and Asema very clear. He knows the kind of punishments children from my place receives. Not only my place, but every place in Kenya. But nowadays, Burale was saying that the punishment of students or children nowadays, anaambiwa ukicheza ndakunyang'anya simu. That is now the punishment, because we have allowed them to spend a lot of time in that particular phone. Let me tell you, and this is the reality, as far as this phone is good, it has done more damage than good. Actually, what is the importance of this phone? Communication. I just call you, you pick the call, tuongee, 1, 2, 3, nikwambie, ishi hapo. Another thing about the phone, maybe I'm sending a document, which is not necessary. The main role of the phone is communication. Inafaa ukuwe na ile a normal phone. But I cannot say that we should always be there for the children. We want the, no. There is a way we teach them, and whatever is not useful to them, we remove from them, like a phone. Everybody will have his or her opinion about phone, but I will tell you mine. That, if possible, we keep the phones away from our children. They really misuse it. Even in school, when you're asking a question or doing something, you will hear some replies. And you will know this one, huyu alisikia kwa video fulani, ama alisikia kwa comedy fulani, ama alisikia kwa mahali fulani. And you will wonder why. Now, there's a student who posted a certain video in the status. I had to call directly, nikamcall. I thought ni mzazi ndio atareceive. Akareceive student, akareceive, nikamwambia, how are you? I'm fine. This is Sir Alex, your teacher. Akasema, yes, I have your number. Nikamwambia, okay. Mine is very fast. I just wanted to ask a question. Are you the one who posted the video? Akashtuka akaniambia, I'm the one. Now, did you block your parents? Akasema, yes, I blocked them. Nikamwambia, but you forgot to block me, because I'm seeing whatever I'm saying, it's not good with you. In what point did you start watching this, and now you even don't fear you are posting? We talked, akaniambia, please don't tell me to the parents. Nikamwambia, I will not tell you out, I will not tell you out, but please, I talked with her on how she will use the phone. But of course, as a parent and as a concerned teacher and as a concerned academic coach, life coach, I had to talk to parent some days later, 3 days, 4 days, nikamwambia, I don't think so and so is using the phone you gave them in the right way. Tukaongea, then nikamwambia, please, as you're approaching the matter, let it be not, please don't sell me out also, because if you sell me out, the child will shy away from me, and any other important information, she will not give me. So after like 2 weeks, that girl again came to me and said, teacher, ni kama uliniusa. Nikamwambia, akiaje? Nowadays, I'm given a phone for only 1 hour in a day. I told them, no, your parents are also not stupid. They are also following. So it's not me, but maybe they have seen it. And I told her it's good because walichukua simu. But right now, we are still talking with the same. Nimepewa tu for 1 hour. After this, inachukuliwa. Nikamwambia, it's okay. But I realized phones are highly misused in this manner. Things that these people are watching, I don't want to mention them, but I can still mention them. They also learn on various types of drugs from the phone. They learn about unethical and healthy relationships from the phone. They learn about very many things which actually they are not supposed to. They are supposed to learn from the parents. But I was telling some parents in a certain school I had attended some days back, children will always trust parents, number one. Number two, they will trust teachers. So that is number two. Number one, parents, kabisa, and in fact, the trust is almost 100% with parents. Whatever the parents are telling them, they take it fully. The second category that comes here are the teachers. Whatever the teachers are telling them, they take it. Somebody now said that the parents are not available. I don't know how. I don't know the last time ulikaa chini na mtoto wako mkaongea. I don't know. Mkaongea some things. I don't know. Now, because the parents are not available, and in school, remember, not all teachers are available again to start discussing some behaviors, morals. Yes, they do. But remember, they have a syllabus that they are chasing. Now, because there is no one to talk to this kid, they will end up believing and listening to a stranger on the way, a stranger on the phone, a stranger elsewhere, anybody they don't know. There was at times when a child was belonging to the society, whereby anybody can punish the child. Nowadays, those days are gone. You cannot punish someone's child. I wish those days were still there, whereby you meet with your neighbor, ukifanya makosa, anakudiscipline, and anaweza amua akufuata nyumbani akuistaki. So akisha kudiscipline, hiyo story inaishianga hapo, anakuambia usirudie na hutawahi rudia. Nowadays, mtoto ni wa mzazi mmoja. In fact, sometimes ni wa mama, sometimes ni wa baba. Yani hata kwa nyumba imesplit. Huyu ni wa huyu, huyu ni wa huyu. That is one of the things that has led to deterioration of discipline. We are still talking about the phone, but allow me to deviate a little bit. I also asked a question in my channel in the morning, and I said, will you, and now I'm talking to you as a parent now, would you allow your child to be punished by your neighbor or your uncle or someone you know, or I mean someone who is not you? Ameona mtoto wako amefanya makosa fulani, akaamua akasema, here you have a mistake, na akampunish. Whichever the punishment, some of you will have to go to report to the police station that somebody amechapa mtoto wangu, somebody amefanya hivi kwa mtoto wangu, mtoto wangu hajanishinda, mtoto wangu hajafanya hivi. I'm the only one to punish the kid. And when the kid realized that my dad or my mom can stand with me, especially when I'm wrong, that is when now things will go south. I know the issue of rural areas is getting depleted. Most people now are living in the urban areas, whereby the person living next to your door is someone that comes from a different culture, a different place, even sometimes from a different country. But the issue of discipline should be communal. Gone are those days when discipline was a community thing. Nowadays, kila mtu akae na mtoto wake, kila mtu achunge mtoto wake, of which pia you may not be available all the time. During our time, and I still remember this very well, even mtu wa kazi mwenye ameajiriwa nyumbani kuchunga ng'ombe, kulima shamba, driver wa tinga ama driver wa gari, akiwa nyumbani na baba yuko ama mama yuko, that person was like a parent in the house. Hawezi kubali makosa ifanyike, hawezi kubali kuona mkiwa idle, alikuwa anaenjoy, you do everything well. Nowadays, mtu wa kazi, and please get this clear with me and you will agree with me, mtu mwenye ameajiriwa nyumbani anaogopa mtoto, badala ya mtoto hamuogope. Why? there is lack of discipline in that one. Let me take you back some 5 months ago or 6 months ago. You remember the young man mwenye alifanya makosa kwa barabara alafu akaanza kupigana na askari? Alishangiliwa na wenzake majenzi, akapigiwa makofi, akaambiwa wewe si mwoka. But as for me, I really felt it, and I saw, whatever I saw there, I saw a poorly raised kid, a very indisciplined young man, somebody who feels like he doesn't want to be, he doesn't want authority on top of him. He wants to rule on everybody. And that is the problem that comes out. Wewe, kama mzazi, umeamua ya kwamba you will not rule on, when you rule on your children, they know kuna kitu inaitwa authority. Whatever you have said as a parent, nobody is meant to go beyond there. So atajua kumbe kuna kitu inaitwa authority. Yes? And because kuna kitu inaitwa authority, hata akiwa anatembea huku nje anajua authority has to be respected. Yeye amezoea ana overrule babake, mamake. So anafika huku nje, anakutana na sisi, anafikiria he can rule over us. No, he cannot. She cannot. We have to show them that there is authority. Everybody must submit to the authority. That's what we need to teach our children. That's what we need them to know. They need to know that anybody who is older like their parents is their parent. We will still come back to the issue of the phone. But let me comment on the following people who are following me. Thank you so much. Geoffrey is following from Ongata Rongai. Teacher Chemnyor is fan wa Manchester United, is saying, I'm getting you very clear. Kennedy Muya and them, my churchmate, keep on growth is exponential. Thank you, Ken. I know you. Tutaongea. Kipto, thank you. Felix Makori from Mombasa. Yeah, if I'm not wrong. Stella Mwendwa, great, following. Sally Alwatch is also following me all the way from Nairobi. To be specific, Nairobi, Sally. Evelyn from Nandi, thank you. Elia Sang again from Nandi, and Nicholas Kirwa. I don't know where is Nicholas following me from. You can tell me where you are following me from. BMK. Yeye ndiye alikuwa kwanza alisema sound is very clear. Yeah, today we are discussing about the effects of phone to our children. And I was telling somebody, ukiangalia kwa history ya simu, you will always know. Hata mimi nikigoogle kitu kwa simu yangu, mahali kuna hiyo email nimeweka, na nikuje kwa laptop, it will tell me, in your own Gmail account, you googled on this and this and this. This is what you googled, and this and this and this. So even as a parent, the email that is in the phone yenye umepea mtoto, which again that phone should be highly restricted, only given at times. Please get me this clear. Don't allow a kid to sleep with the phone. Akisha kula sapa, akuje tu na hiyo simu, akuwekea hapo, yaenda lale. That phone will be misused at night. Number 2, ikifika masaa fulani, sima Wi-Fi. Sawa? Sima nini? Wi-Fi. They may be having their own phone. They watch their dirty things at night when you are asleep. And I was telling certain youth in somewhere that our brain imeundwa hivi. As you are growing, there are things that it needs to be exposed to it pole. So hizo vitu unawatch ukiwa na 15 years, 16 years, 17 years, it is ruining your brain. It is making you get damaged. By the time you are 25, there is nothing you've never seen, and life start becoming boring. And when life start becoming boring, you start thinking of suicide and many other stupid things. Why? You started too early watching things that are not supposed to. TV stations kama KBC, Citizen, NTV, KTN are regulated. Whatever is being displayed there is okay. Anybody can watch. hata mtoto wa 5 years can watch, it's very okay. But what is being shown pale kwa YouTube, pale kwa TikTok, it is not regulated. Anything can be posted there, you know. Dirty things can be posted there. And the problem as you are watching, our kids will try to do experiments on them. And in that process, they get ruined. Remember, they're still 18 years and below. And we start saying, no, we don't. It is us who are giving them phones. And something that they're not supposed to. They're not supposed to access them by all means. So tuelewane hivi, mtoto akipewa simu, apewe in a very, very limited time wakati yako na lesson. Only. Right now, most students hata wana lessons because in Christmas season. Why give them a phone? I mean, for what purpose? Afanyie nini? Yes. In fact, you as a parent, if I may ask you, umempea simu, afanyie nini? A communicate na nani? A watch nini? That's a question. If your kid get ruined, you will not escape the people who supported that. Number 2. Hiyo phone enye anafaa kutumia kwa hiyo limited time, be aware of what they're doing. From nowhere, fika tu na useme nipe hiyo simu. Just take it immediately, nipe hiyo simu. Na usimpe time, fika tu na uchukue simu direct. You will get shocked. Vitu zingine hata wewe kama mzazi unaogopa kuona, yeye haogopi. Why? We have allowed them. And one of the tools, unajua hii dunia mimi naambianga watu, we are fighting with the enemy. Of course, the enemy is the devil. We are fighting with the devil. And they will win us if we are not keen. The issue na simu. They will win us. They will win our children using the phone. Kabisa. Okay, in fact, kuna siku niliamua, I wanted to register a line. I wanted to register a SIM card. Nikaambiwa na Safaricom, you have reached the maximum. So siwezi nikaregister ingine, nasema huwezi ukaregister ingine. What is the issue? Nikaambia okay, now give me maximum. Akaniambia, I think by then it was 4 ama 5. Nikashangaa, but I only had 1. Nilikuwa tu na namba yangu, the one that I communicate with most of you people. So I wanted to register ya pili for official work. Na nimeambiwa nimereach maximum. Maximum ni ngapi? At 5. But I only have 1. I realized that I don't know, my cousins or my sisters, they took my ID and because they were still students, wakaitumia kuregister laini. I think ID yangu ilikaa tu mbaya mahali. Unajua 30 minutes is enough kuchukua ID akimbie, aregister nayo laini na arudishe taweka mahali ilikuwa. Wewe hujui. So nikaambia Safaricom, I have not registered. This is my line. I want to add the second one. Hizo zingine sote, I give you permission to close them. And why did you register without my permission? They said, maybe your ID was. Then they told me, but you communicate with these numbers. I didn't know that. Sikafungwa. Then I didn't say anything. Nikasikia wakilalamika, nini imefungwa. I kept quiet. That's an example that they can register their own SIM cards using your ID without your knowledge. Why? Because they have a phone somewhere that is hidden mwenyewe ujui, na kama hata kama wana, they are going somewhere mahali kuna mwingine. If you are very strict, then kuna mzazi mwenye sio strict na watambea simu na watakutana na watoto wako waweke simu ndani. That is it. So let them have that phone for a very limited time, then you as a parent take it and put simple rules there that ukimaliza form 4, I will buy you a phone, of which also take time and educate them on how that phone should be used. Uliona mwenye mtu alimisuse juzi akapost picha ya president akiwa wapi akifanya nini. Right now, the father to that kid is crying saying, please release my son. But the question is, did you ever talk with your son on respecting older people? Let's not even talk of him being the president. Yani yetu ni mtu mkubwa, lakini ukaamua kupost picha yake akiwa ukisema our president has died. I mean, it's lack of morals and from the parent. I'm not talking politics. My channel is basically for education matters, nothing like politics. But I'm talking about that scenario. That one was lack of parenting, lack of proper parenting. Yes. Number 2, let me talk about permissions. Permission. Today, I met my student in one of the small towns in Kiambu. Nilikuwa natembea hivi. Nikaona amenikujia mbele akanisalimia. Nikamsalimia na nikamwambia, sioni your mama ama dad." No, niko peke yangu, natembea peke yangu." Nikamwambia, uko sure umepewa permission?" Nikamwambia, "Let me call your dad nisikie alikurelease saa ngapi na kwa nini akurelease ukuje town." Na ni masaa naona imeanza kuteremka. Niambia, "No, my dad ananga ubaya nikitoka." I didn't call it the dad. I just kept quiet. But my question is, why was the kid allowed to walk away? She was not given the permission to get out. But yeye anasema hawakunanga shida akitoka. The dad has never had a problem. Ama mama has never had a problem akitaka kuja our local town Limuru. There is no issue with that. Now my question is, anytime your kid is outside the house, do you know hakuna nani? Do you know hako anafunzwa nini? Do you know hako anafanya nini? Yeah, let's deal with those 3 questions. Yani, ayuko na wewe kwa familia. So the question is, do you know hakuna nani? Number 2, hata kama unajua hakuna nani, do you know hako anafanya nini? Do you know hako anafunzwa nini? Yes. Tunashangaa mtoto wangu akuangi hivi, achawahi relax. Kuna vitu ujui. Kuna vitu ujui. Na inafaa ujue. So permission of the kid should only be you permitting them. Unless kama umemtuma na ufai kumtuma mahali mbali, mahali complicated. Na ukishamtuma, kama ni kwa duka, 5 minutes are enough to be back. Because pia lazima watumwe. They have to participate in work. I remember together when I was with my brother some days back. I think it was around 2012. We were still very young. Kidogo, sisi young sana, but I was in high school. So what happened is, where we sleep was far away from where the parents sleep. So my brother tukaenda naye kwa nyumba akaniambia, "No, tupite twende, kuna sherehe ilikuwa mahali." I think vijana walikuwa wana they were undergoing initiation. So kaniambia, "Now let's go there." So that kwa akili yake anajua we have gone to sleep. Sisi tumeenda sherehe kabisa saa 5, saa 6 usiku. And remember, we are very young. I was 18 or 19 years, so I was still young. My brother was like 21. Then what happened is during the night, so shughuli za usiku masherehe, there was a fight. Watu wakapikana. So we were involved in the fight. Now, tomorrow when wazee I've gone to sit and start talking. So mzee mwenye alikuwa hapa akaanza kuongea akasema vijana wa so and so walikuwa. So my dad stood akasema, no. My sons walienda na wakalala immediately. So my elder brother akasema no, tulikuwa. So that was like, niliwacha kwa nyumba mkaenda kulala. What happened? Tukaambia tu kulala, tuliamka tukaenda. And he was very shocked on the same. So from then, he used to now randomly tu saa 5 usiku amekuja amekonga mlango, fungueni mlango, aangalie kama bado tuko ndani. Yes, tukaambia tuko. So hakuwa anatuamini tena, na usiwaamini mtoto. Usiniambie kuna mzazi siku fulani tuliwahi muita shule. Akatambia no, mimi naamini mtoto wangu. Kufunguliwa CCTV akanyamaza. Akaanza kukaa hivi. Why? Hii kitu kusema naamini, hakuna mtu mkubwa mwenda wa simu atawekelea mtoto wako makosa. Hakuna. Na you and I inafaa tushikane, we fight the indiscipline in your kid. Yes. So that's the point. Always know where your kid is. Lakini akiwa shule, hata sisi tunamjua. If at all in school, I thank God because I got a chance to teach in class. Even our rule is, kama uko na wanafunzi 50 kwa class as a teacher, na ufike class, maybe my lesson is starting from 11:10 to 11:50, 40 minutes. If anything happens to a student within those 40 minutes, if the student was in Form 1 West, na hiyo for Form 1 West, from 11:10 to 11:50 ni chemistry, na kuna kitu ilimfanyikia 11:20, who was in charge? The chemistry teacher. So at that time, utaulizwa you were in class teaching, ukisema mwanafunzi hakuwa class kwa nini? And you were in charge. So as a teacher, we always have to know where student is each and every minute. Na ujua mtoto si wetu. Yeah, mtoto si wangu. Mimi tu ni mwalimu hapo. We have to know. Now, you as a parent, unaweza hata kuwa umekaa tangu asubuhi mpaka jioni hujui mahali mtoto wako. If something happens, what will you do? Let's always know where they are. Tukipeana kwa Ango will take care from there. Hata usikuwa na wasiwasi. Hata mimi, if my brother's kid amekuja mahali niko, I'm the parent from that particular time until nimrudishie, niambie ndio huyu. Why? Kids are kids. Siku moja atapotea, ukose kumpata milele. Ushangae ulikuwa unafanya nini. Always be there. Sometimes nachukuanga kiboko huku Limuru, na wengine tunakutananga nao kwa streets mpaka wanajuanga. Tunakaa tu kama ujielewi kwa street. No, I will deal with you. Utaniambia tu. Kaa wewe ni nani. Tunaogejaza tunakushika mkono na kupeleka police station. I mean, anybody who is less than 18 years, what are you doing kwa streets? Unless you are in your father's shop. The other day I was going to buy a tester ila kufunga, what do you call this? I was going to buy something, hammer na vitu zangu kwa hardware. I got a young man selling the hardware vizuri, ako hapo vizuri. Nikamwambia, you look like a student. Akaniambia, yeah, I look like a student. I am a student. Which school? Nakuru Boys ama sijui Nakuru High. Nikamwambia Nakuru Boys, akaniambia it's Nakuru High. Nikamwambia ni sawa. Nikamwambia I'm assisting my dad kidogo hapa na pale, and that is exactly what I wanted. Peleka mtoto kwa hardware, peleka kwa shop, peleke mahali unafanya kazi. Akae hapo mfanya kazi na yeye. If you are I don't know whether Evelyn Chela is still here. If you're working in a chemist, kama uwezi acha mtoto nyumbani, peleke huko. Sijasema use chemist, atapeana wrong nini ya dawa. Lakini uwezi kwanza meza kwa chemist pale kando, ya tuile tu pale. Hata kama utambea ile simu sasa, akuwe naye pale. Huko unamwona Kenya anafanya. Mkae naye, at least spend time. Asikie. Hata akuone venye unatackle customer mwenye amekuja amekukombanisha. Anaona, somebody came, akaongea vibaya to my mom. This is how my mom responded. This is how my dad responded. Hakupikana. Somebody told my dad you are stupid. My dad kept quiet and looked at him. And you get some, there's some things. If you see me, most of the things, or if you see my brothers or anybody from our home, most of the way we do things is how our parents are doing it. We copy from them. Not strangers. So let's be available for that. Let me talk about concerning permission. Tumeelewana kitu moja. Give permission to children to visit their aunt, their uncle. Let the uncle be responsible for that. Sitaki ile unasema ati huyu hawezi chunga watoto. No. I know sometimes kuna kitu kama hiyo, lakini no. You trust them. But permission should be from me. Even at our age, I was telling my students that I cannot get out without permission. Kwa nini? Yeah, I may be 30, but if my dad doesn't allow me to work out, you just tell him, ndaka nifike Kapsabet town, I'll be back. Ndaka nifike Moiben, I'll be back. Akisema no, there is no need of, Of course it's very rare aseme no, lakini make sure umeomba nini permission. So your kid, does he or she ask you for permission before she get out? Ama anatoka tu, anaamka tu na anaenda tu shughuli zake. Make sure he gets permission from you. Kitu ikifanyika, you are fully aware. The other thing I want to talk about is punishment. Punishment. Do you guys punish children? I was watching. Now, for me, I watch very useful things. I was watching somebody called Stephen Harvey. Harvey, whatever the case, mnamujua. He's a very good motivational speaker. He's a very good person. He's somebody who does great things there. I think he resides in, is it US? Yeah. And I was talking to a very young kid. Akasema, wakauza the young kid, whom do you love in your family? Akasema, I love my brother. Why? Because when I'm crying, he comes to me and na make sure nimenyamaza. Akauza, what about your mom and dad? Akasema, they whoop me, they block me, they beat me when I cry. And that was the thing. Parents should never be like, oh, hapana. Let them know the rough side of you. They will appreciate you later on. By the way, they will appreciate you later on. Even with the students alone. Maybe if there is one of the people who is very rough, is me. With students, and in fact, hata na watu huku nje tu. Anything wrong? No. We have to handle it there. We have to square it out there. So Form 1s and Form 2s and some of the Form 3s will always see a rough time on my side. By the time they're getting to Form 4, they realize that, oh, kumbe, it's only rough for our good. Ama, kuna wengine still in Form 4, they'll be like, you don't love us, you're very rough at us, but once they're out of the Form 4, they will look for me telling me, hey, I think you made our stay in school. Why not for you? They tell you those things. You as a parent, endelea kupembeleza mtoto. Huyo mtoto atakupiga, atakutwanga wewe mwenyewe, and you will see. Let me give you this a story. There is a man in our village who used to praise kijana yake. Kuna kijana yake alikuwa anapenda vita, anapika watu, anafanya nini, akilewa kidogo. Na huyo kijana nilisoma naye, very young man, alikuwa anapenda tu vita kabisa. Yani mna quarrel kidogo, mangumi. Yani, hey. So this father to this son alikuwa akienda mahali wasi wanakunywanga pombe. By then haikuwa kwa club, ilikuwa kwa manyumba za watu na mnakunywa pombe. Alikuwa anaambia watu, bwana, mimi niko na kijana anapiganga watu, huyo akikushika anaweza kukuua, ukinijezea namuita. Alikuwa anasifu na alikuwa amepiga watu wengi. Siku moja huyo kijana alimwamukia akampiga yeye vibaya sana. Watu wakamwambia, ulisema nini? Atuko na kijana anafanya nini? Anapika watu. Ndio huyo sasa wewe. Amekutwanga you see. Hizo vitu ndogo ndogo tunai. Ndamaliza na story moja. Hizo vitu ndogo ndogo that we are protecting from our kids will always turn back to us. I was telling my class, washamaliza Form 4 by the way. I was their class teacher from Form 1 back to Form 4, I think. It was so nice. So I was telling them a story that the government ina protect. Usichape mwanafunzi but mimi nilikuwa nawachapanga. Kama kuna mtu akona issue akuje mahali niko, mimi huwa nawachapanga kipoko. And they still remain my friends because I know what I'm doing. So nikaambia the government that is protecting you. Msichapwe, msifanye. That government, after 18 years, because after I'm protect, you will be rotten, you will be not obeying the law because amukuchapwa, amukuelekeza vizuri. What will happen is this. It is the same government that will come for you and arrest you. And that is the truth. Wakati KCSE ilisha on Friday, most of my friends are officers from Limuru. So they were telling me, it was on Friday and Saturday, yeah. Wanaambia tumepewa night duty to clear Limuru town with the young people. Washamaliza mtihani sasa wanakuja tao kusumbua. Nikaambia na muniite munipee kiboko pia. young man, umemaliza shule unataka kusumbua watu kwa nini? We shall deal with you. So I went to Limuru Town that evening. Vijana walikuwa wanakula kipoko, wamechaa kila mahali, wanatembea. What astonished me was kwa hiyo youth, girls were there. You know, boys sometimes we can release them kama ng'ombe za Masai, wacha waende watembe. But now girls, how do you release a girl? And it's from our parents still. They don't care. They don't care kabisa. So let's be very keen. Let's be very keen on how we let them go. That's permissions. It is among the last. Give work to your children. Give work to your children. Give work to your children. Not homework. Sisi ndio tunapeana homework. And we know how we will square it out when the school opens. Kama watafanya hiyo kazi. Yeah, hiyo tunakuja tu kuwashika sisi peke yetu. And they will do our work. Sisi lazima wafanye kazi yetu. Kabisa. Just I want to see kama nimesahau watu wa Facebook. Let me see if there's anyone with a comment there. So mtoto akiwa 2 years akikuona ukifanya kazi, akikuona ukibeba maji, anakuja na mtungi kidogo. Hata yeye pia. Na ukimkataza mtakosana vibaya sana, because pia anataka kufanya nini? Anataka kufanya kazi. So there are very many things that we can do, we can give them. Mtoto akiwa 6 years, kuna kazi anayepewa. Let me use where we grew up. When I was less than 10 years, I can still remember some few instincts there and here and there. I could not go and take care of cows, because cows nataka mtu mkubwa kidogo. Nimeenda na mtu mwingine, maybe my brother mkubwa, my dad, my uncle, ama tu my mama, ama mtu mkubwa mwenyewe anajua kuchunga, but I was participating. Lakini in those less than 10 years nilikuwa nikiambiwa nichunge ndama, because ndama na ng'ombe wakubwa walikuwa wakikaa different places, so I can take care depending on my age. By the time I was 11, tulikuwa tukienda shamba. So a lot of work, we could do a lot of work. I know my dad could give us shamba kiasi, wewe pita huku, mwingine apita huku, na jioni usipomaliza mtakosana. Hata you can even miss to take supper. We thought it was like a punishment. No, it was a lesson. Right now, you cannot, there is no work that you can scare me with. Hakuna kazi utaniambia hii kazi. No. Hakuna kazi sitafanya. In short, I mean, sioni kazi inasanishtua. Oliver Kienyi anasema quite insightful mwalimu, guidance and a reminder to parents is valuable from time to time. Thank you so much. My friend Daniel from ako Githurai Kimbo anasema no discipline seems pleasant at the time. That is Hebrews 12:11. Discipline by the way haikuangi mzuri, lakini it has to be there. No discipline shall ever go unpunished. In fact that is my slogan. Hata mwanafunzi apike makoti, hata alie, hata afanye nini, there is no indiscipline case that will ever go unpunished. Hiyo lazima ni punish. Hiyo lazima ni deal na wewe. Sitaki nikuachilie ndio in future useme huyo mwalimu angeni punish. I have to. And that is exactly what our parents should be doing. Okay, anyway, that was from a comment. So my issue is kama ni kazi, make sure watoto wameparticipate. Hata kama ni tao, sijasema ashike, lakini chembe lazima. Hata kama ni tao, make sure wameenda village. Usiniambia ati sisi ushakuo ni Westlands. Bwana, locate ushakuo. Kama hamna ushakuo ya ukweli, ile yani kabisa hakuna ushakuo. Your great grandfather was born in Westland. Your grandfather was born in Westland. Your father was born in Westland. Kila kitu Westland ama Nairobi. Enda upai shamba Nakuru ama Kericho ama Nandi ama Machakos. Mahali at least kuna kuchunga ng'ombe na kulima shamba, at least some work to be participated. Somebody is 18 years hajawahi shika panga, ajui kufyeka hata fence. Somebody is 18 years hajawahi shika skuru. Okay, tuachane basi na panga na jembe because mtanikasirikia. Hata kuchange tire pia. Okay, yes, si uko na that na mko na gari. Hata kuchange tire ya gari hawezi. Hata kuchange bulb. By the way, I realized some people want an electrician to come and change a bulb. Hata TV nini imeungua, what do you call the one that fuse imeungua? Fuse ni ya kuchange. Wewe nataka mtu akuja awafanyie kazi. There are some things that we as children should be doing them. Even cleaning the compound. Hata kama mnaishi kwa plot yenye kuna caretaker, it looks stupidity, but it should be. Hata kama mnaishi kwa plot yenye caretaker ako, siku moja tuambie watoto wako, kesho you are the one to clean this building. Mwanzie ghorofa ya juu mkiclean mpaka huko chini. You know how to clean. A colleague of mine alienda kwa mjengo. Akaambia mtu wa mjengo, nataka nikupee vijana wawili kesho for free. Kapata foreman. Akaambia hata kama ni kuinua semenda for free, let them come here. Vijana walipika hiyo kazi wiki moja. Mpaka akaambia dad, nini? Akaambia no, just pigeni tu hiyo kazi. Just work. And I loved him so much. That's how it should be. Kama mna shamba, sisi tumeipeleka kwa shamba ya wenyewe. Tuko na shamba yetu lakini tumemaliza kubalia tukapeleka kwa shamba ya wenyewe. Yeah. Those who are still in, can you still hear me? Confirm that you can still hear me. Yeah, kuna mtu nilikuwa nimemuuliza, alikuwa amesema ametoka Nairobi, nikauliza Nairobi upande gani? Kaniambia Choka. That is Sally Aluoch. Thank you. Those who are in. How is my audio? Is it still okay? Yeah. Now, so from today, please assign your children some work. Hata kama ni kumpeleka kwa duka au vitu, mwambie hii inauzwa, kama ni kitu kama hii, mwambie tu hii pillow ama hii whatever, hii ni 300. Don't sell less than 300. Hii atauza na 400. Mwambie so umeuza na 400 ama 500. Let them participate. Let them see what you are doing. Si kila saa wamekaa tu kwa nyumba wajui. Nataka nimalizie na kitu fulani. Sometimes we are living with our children in such a way that we will stay with them forever, not knowing that one day we will not be there. Sisemi mahali tutaenda, maybe tutakuwa tumeenda Australia ama UK ama Canada. Sitaki kusema mahali tunaenda. But remember, one day we may not be there. Ask yourself this question. Will your girl or a boy survive without you in your absence? Yani leo tu umeondokea hii safari. Ata survive without you ama atateseka kwanza? In fact, some of you would be like hata akiwa mgonjwa ama yani kitu kifanyika, unasikia tu watoto wangu, because anajua venye amewaraise. How will they stay without me? No, let them stay without you. Teach them how they can survive without you. Sawa. Let them know that we can survive without mom or dad. Let them do their own things. Let them know how to cook. There's a video I'm making. I will send to everybody. Check on it like in the next 3 or 4 days. 10 skills that each young person should know. One of them is cooking skills. Every young man should know. I'm quite sure kuna mtu wako form 4 na hajui kupika. Not because hajui, babake, mamake hakumpa hiyo chance ya kujifunza. Kuna kitu, it's not in my school, kuna kitu nilienda mahali, shule fulani. Agriculture project. Okay, mimi ni photographer, so nilikuwa nimeitwa kwa shule fulani kwenda kuwapikia picha the process ya agriculture. Bed ya agriculture inakuanga how many meters? Inakuanga haikuangi kubwa like 3 meters by 3 meters ama 2 by 2. Yaani kitu kidogo yenye unaweza panda sukuma kama 40. Na upalilie na uweke mbolea. Do you know the school hired somebody to be digging? Kazi ya mwanafunzi ni kuapia na kupigwa picha. Because anasema chembe sijawahi shika. Makosa si ya mwalimu, si ya shule, hata si ya mwanafunzi mwenyewe. Achaye pewa chembe akaambiwa please si upalilie maua. Hawajui na amekuja shule kufanya nini? Agriculture. I didn't like it. I really didn't like that. You see? So let's teach them how things should go. This example, and Evelyn Jelangat can confirm kama bado wako kwa session, or Daniel can confirm with me. In my place, if you are a boy at the age of 10 years, 15, 12, hapo, there are some things we should expect you to be doing perfectly. Number 1, mending a fence or putting a fence. Number 2, you must be knowing how to take care of livestock vizuri. Si kufukuza ng'ombe pana vizuri. Number 3, lazima ukue kama daktari amekuja kudunga ng'ombe. Wewe ndio utashika hiyo ng'ombe vizuri hivi. I think I was very good in that. In fact, more than my brother mkubwa. Kushika ng'ombe vizuri. Daktari aidunge. The other one, you should be knowing how to go to till the land. Yani ilikuwanga vitu obvious. Mtoto msichana lazima ajue kukamua ng'ombe. Kama ajui mamake, kwanza that will be very rough on the mom. Why? Haujafunza mtoto hivi na hivi na hivi. Na kupika na kufanya 1 2 3. Yeah, nowadays kuna vitu zingine zimejiongezea maisha kama biashara nini. You see? Let them know those things. Hebrews still 12 verse 11. No discipline seems unpleasant or pleasant at the time, but painfully later on. However, it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace for those who have been trained by it. I was reading the comment there. You can also read it. And thank you for that particular verse on Hebrews. Yes, I think so. Yeah. Nani? Brad? Nileta hiyo simu yangu yenye hapo kwa meza. Hiyo simu ya Patton. Kwa nataka nionyesha watu simu yenye watoto wanafaa kuwa nayo. Sio smartphone. Yeah, I wanted to show you the kind of a phone that your children should be having at home. Hii haina YouTube, haina WhatsApp, haina TikTok, lakini ina communicate. This one. Hii simu hii kuna ni line ngapi? I'm not advertising any phone for somebody because nobody has paid me. But the only thing they can use is to listen. In fact, ngoja nione kama radio iko. So they can listen to radio. But I told you, most or all the radio stations are regulated. The content there is regulated. But the content, what do you call? Content ya YouTube, TikTok. Hebu siku moja kama mzazi fanya hivi, hata sitaki tuende mbali. Chukua simu, ingia TikTok. Scroll for the next 10 minutes. Then weka hiyo simu kando na uniambie ni nini umeona kwa hiyo TikTok. Just do it. You will tell me. You will pity your girl or a boy who has been watching those things. So simu ni na kwanza hata iko na advantage. Inaweza ikamulika hivi, unaona? Hii inamulika ni torch ni kila kitu. Yeah, lakini ukimpea hii, they will really misuse this. Yeah. Lastly, don't make your children be addicted to phones. Unajua, the kind of a phone, my good friend Celia amesema you are very audible. Thank you. Kuna addiction mara mingi. Kuna addiction ya pombe, dawa za kulevya, addiction za vitu mingi. Singine sitaki kumention. Na kuna addiction ya simu. Hii ya simu, nataka siku moja uachane na simu yako na uende mahali. you will tell me how restless you will be after every minute. Yani, where is my phone? Mpaka kunaanza kutafuta huku because you are addicted, and it is very dangerous. It is very dangerous. There's something I was trying to be doing that if I'm going to sleep in my bed, niweke data off. Siwezi nikasema because there can be an emergency from you calling me, telling me something that maybe there is somewhere I can help you. So nikisikia simu imepigwa usiku, in fact I will take it very fast because I know ni kaka emergency. Lakini I'm talking of the scenario whereby nimekaa naye kwa simu nikilala. You know, kuna mtu kita kwanza akiamka tu asubuhi anaanza kutafuta simu. I mean, you are really addicted to the phone. You cannot do anything without the phone. Hata umeenda mahali kukaa na mtu amuongei ako kwa simu, ako tu hivi. Yeye tu ako tu kwa simu tu. Mpaka unashangaa, then why have I come here? Mbona tumekuja hapa? I mean, it doesn't make sense. Let's run away from the addiction ya simu. Let's learn. I'm not confusing between kuna simu ingine nimetumiwa inaitwa Colors. Hii naye pia nunulia mwanafunzi. This one. Hii ni picha niko nayo kwa mtu amentumia kwa simu. It's a very nice phone. So it's a good one. So I'm saying this. Don't get addicted to a phone. Don't let your children be addicted to a phone as early as now. Let me challenge you. How many books have you read? You as a parent, not read the student now. You as a parent. How many books have you read in the last 1 year or this year, 2024? Are there books you've read? Brand, today book moja hapo. Today book moja hapo. A book. A motivation book ama any book. Just give me one book there. Inikana. Nipe ingine. Hiyo ya spiritual matters ukapi? Yeah, I have we have very many books here. How many books have you read for the last 1 year? Kuna hii book inaitwa You Are Born to Be an Answer to Your Generation. This was written by somebody called Eric Obingo. Obingo, I know him, he is a good person. Anaandikanga vitabu mzuri. Now, the more you read, there's also another video I'm making, importance of reading books, 10 importance of reading books. One of the important is nourishing your brain. It makes your brain active when you read books. When the opposite is the phone, and this one is from the scientist. Remember, I'm a scientist. When you spend too much time in your phone, your brain capacity goes down. When you spend too much time reading books, your brain becomes sharp. So choose you today what you will follow. Either spend too much time in the phone or you read the book. And by the way, who said when phone came, it was meant for communication. Tumeanza kumisuse. So I'm saying this. Very soon, if I get enough money, I'm going to open a book club. Wakati watu wanafungua club ya kunywa pombe, wakati watu wanafungua club zingine, mimi nafungua library. We call it a book yard ama a book club. Where you come there, you read books. Why? Do you know, each year, there are additional of more than 5 centers hii center cha kucorrect watu, what do you call them? Mtu akiwa ameelewa sana anapelekwa rehabilitation center. Each year inaongezeka. Why? Watu wanapelekwa rehabilitation center wanaongezeka simply because people are going mad, people are using drugs, and people, their brains are not developing because of this. Learn to read books. One of the weekends, it's a challenge, yes, but I try it. Kuna bookshop, so not a bookshop, what do you call it now? Library iko Nairobi. Ukifika tu kitu ya kwanza, the receptionist takes your phone, anakupea kadi na anachukua kadi sticker, anastikia kwa simu hapa na inakaa pale. If you come for that phone, kuna mahali umetengewa tu, you make that phone call and you are only given 2 minutes. Ukisumbua unatolewa kabisa, enda. Sometimes unaambiwa unaweka simu silent, and the minimum you can stay there is 2 hours minimum, not 1 hour. And you always give your ID, they key in your details kwa laptop. Some people are being banned. Ati unakuja for 1 hour? No, 2 hours. Now ukitoka before 1 hour, before 2 hours, you're being banned from that. You go there, imepangwa, kuna religious books, kuna historical books, kuna motivational books, kuna language books. I mean, zimepangwa vizuri. So we fika pale, sema I want to read about the history of Uganda. Kuna kitabu imeandikwa about history of Uganda, history of Kenya, historical books. You can even go and pick a book about, I picked a book about a tribe, Sapaot tribe. Imeandikwa tu book vizuri about Sapaot, kuna ya Nandi, kuna ya Kikuyu, kuna ya Kamba, na nikaisoma just to bwana. I think by the time 2 hours were over, nilikuwa nimeshika mfuko mara almost 5 times. Nikisema, where is my phone? Kumbe simu nimeacha pale. We are really addicted, but we need to overcome the use of the phone. If you have anything, closing remarks, because in the next less than 5 minutes we will be closing. If you have anything to say, you can type it over there. You can just type it. Or for those who wants to, I always say, if you wanted to make a call and give a final remarks, just make a call. My number is here. You just call right now. I receive it. We listen to what you are saying. 0796 26 24 71. About what else can you add on what I've said. I've talked for the last 1 hour, and from now going forward, I will be having an evening session every day. Tomorrow pia nitakuwa from 10. Kesho kutwa pia nitakuwa from 10. Every day until I finish what I will be talking about. At some point, I will be having a guest. At some point, in most cases, I will be doing it myself. That is the role I will be doing for the coming many years. Life coach will be dealing with you. We'll be talking about academics, performance, and many other things. So, I'm waiting for you to give us the closing remarks. If you can call it. Everybody will hear you. If you can type it over there. Give us your closing remarks. Thank you for always following me. If you are coming for the second time, that time you've been following me, thank you so much. And if it's your first time to be here with us today, welcome to Ambassador Speaks. We talk about education things only. We don't include other things. It's about education. Hatuna maneno ingine. And from next year, every weekend, I will be bringing a different career person. The first week, I will be with a lawyer. The second week, I'll be bringing all of them. Not just the white collar jobs, but everything, every job. At a carpenter, I already have a carpenter that I want to talk about. We will talk about how the carpenter work, There's an electrician who will talk about electrical work and very many other things. And if you're there and you want to be useful, please help me touch this generation. Help me reach out. Let's share information on how we can make our generation grow very well. Otherwise, I don't have much to say. It seems there is no one who has anything to add on top. Thank you for joining me. God bless you. See you tomorrow at 10 p.m. Thank you.